Wow, we are finally here. Welcome to the Sofa Talk Podcast. I'm your co host, Aster.
And I'm your co-host Seven.
All right, let's talk it out and lounge it up. Today, we wanted to introduce ourselves and give you some background information about ourselves and how we intend to have Sofa Talk make a big impact on all of you future Sofa Talkers. Before we begin, we would like to read a disclaimer. This disclaimer will apply to all future episodes or shows, and it will only be read once. Sofa Talk is a podcast that provides a safe space and no judgment zone for the co hosts, listeners, and commentators. This podcast is for adults only. We are respectful of the people with different backgrounds. Discrimination, prejudice, stereotyping, hateful thoughts or words, and anything else of that nature aren't tolerated here. At times, the podcast may feel like a therapy session or have a tear joking moment. Please be mindful that the co hosts are not doctors, physicians, psychiatrists, specialists, professional counselors, or therapists. If we ever refer to or talk about any topics in the news or about any celebrities, these are all allegations based on the information presented to us, unless we were present as an eyewitness, obviously. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So we just want to give you that little bit of insight there. So as we mentioned, we are going to be doing introductions, and I'm going to start off first by introducing me, your lovely co host, Miss Aster. I am a 40-year-old woman. I entered the 40-40 Club this year. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm a cyber girl in a cyber world. I'm a millennial. Millennials are in the middle generation of the Generation X and Generation Z. I'm an Aries. They say I'm on the Pisces Aries cusp, but you know what? I don't go by that. I go by being an Aries because when I looked on my zodiac chart or whatever, it has me as an Aries, not no Pisces Aries cusp. So I'm an Aries. So I rep the Aries all day. I just wanted to give you guys some information also, and this might apply to some other people. I'm waiting to do things later in life. I'm happily single. I had to add happy in there because I love being single. Okay, child free, and according to my sister, I make single look boring. Yes, she went there to me with me. I'm sorry. Um, I consider myself to be an educated woman. I have a creative mind, and I'm a detail writer. I'm also an intro extrovert, if that makes sense. Like I'm kind of reserved into myself, but I know how to socially talk to people in social settings. So, and I noticed as I gotten older, I became more reserved. But like my coworkers from like my past jobs, they mentioned to me, you start off as a shy person, but when you get to know people, you warm up. So that's something, and you might see that on the podcast or hear that obviously on the podcast. I don't do social media. I'm like what rapper Dej Loaf said. I'm very antisocial. Social network ain't my motion. Her backup song. I can't stand social media, y'all. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. The people in my circle consider me to be like old fashioned and like old school. And they consider me, Seven mentions this to me, I'm not with the times, as he says. Because I'm just not, I follow the beat of my own drum. I do things my way. So I'm not with the times. He said I'm living in the Stone Age. So let me live in the Stone Age then. You know what I'm saying? Let me live in the Stone Age. The people in my circle, including Seven, like to make jokes on me because I don't watch a lot of movies, popular movies from back in the days. I have not seen a lot of movies. So they make jokes on me about me not watching movies. So yes, I was in the books getting my education. Yes, I was outside as a child playing safely on the streets or in the streets, safely enjoying my childhood and my youth. You know what I'm saying? So, they make jokes on me. So, Get that little personality going right there, y'all. Um, I like to dance and I want to travel more, but now I'm gonna be real with y'all. What's going on in this world right now with these plane crashes and mechanical issues with airplanes and this, that, and the third? I'm gonna keep my behind quiet. Maybe next year. Let's see what happens next year. But I do want to travel more. I've been some places, but traveling is definitely, on my agenda to do more of that. But not right now, not this year. Call me a fraidy cat all you want to. I guess playing it safe or cautious. I also like unisex friendships. I'm a homebody, but I can have a good time when I'm out. Because remember, again, I like to dance. I like to dance. I love to dance. I'm passionate about mental health, celibacy, entrepreneurship, getting married, buying a home, and starting a family later in life. I need to work on not procrastinating and taking more risks. That is something my 40-year-old self realized I need to, I guess, stop playing it safe and maybe take more risks. But here's a good question, y'all. Am I procrastinating about my life with love, marriage, and a baby carriage? Because look how long I'm waiting for these things to happen. I'm not sure if I have other people that are listening that are also going through this as well. Um, Again, I'm following the beat to my own drum. So me waiting, what they say gets greater later. Good things take time. So we'll see what happens. I'm hoping that's what happens for me waiting. So that might be another topic we could have in the future too. Waiting later in life. Because I think there's some other people doing it too. And I'm passionate about that, as I mentioned. Let me tell y'all something, and y'all gonna know it's from me. Let me tell y'all something. And I want to say it loud and clearly. And I know other people are going through this too. Let me say it real clear. Excuse my language. Fuck these jobs. I said it. Fuck these jobs. And I know y'all going through it too. Some of y'all that are not happy at your jobs. We got some people that are happy at their jobs, and then we have some people that are not happy at their jobs. But the ones who are not happy at their jobs, fuck these jobs. And I got something else to say also to add on top of that. Fuck society, fucks in norms and the standards. Okay, I'm tired of it. I am getting tired of it, and that could be why we got people like myself and other people also that are waiting later in life to do things because they're not giving a fuck what society says and a fuck about these jobs. We'll get on that topic another time. And excuse my language again. Um, I also want to let y'all know because you might be curious. Y'all not gonna see me on here. I'm gonna let y'all know that right now. Y'all are not going to visually see me. Y'all gonna hear me, but y'all are not gonna see me. And let me tell you why. The way I talk shit about these jobs, y'all, you're not about to have me fired, all right? If they see my face on wherever I'm at or whatever, or hear my voice or whatever, y'all are not about to have me fired. And I also have a business. So I want to separate, my business from the podcast. This is my safe space, and I want to, open up. I'm a reserved person, so by me doing this with you all, I'm coming out bolder a little. And I wanted to express things that other people may be going through also to let other people know y'all not alone. Okay. So, excuse me. So that's what I want to tell y'all. So yeah, you're not gonna see my face at all, but you're gonna hear me, and I think you guys are gonna like me. Like I said, the podcast allows me to be free from being professional. That's what I like about it, and I'm able to talk to you all. Let me give you some little words of encouragement. Also, this is important. So I wanted to mention something. It's funny how life works or can come back full circle. Back in college, I initially wanted to be a radio broadcaster, journalist, or a news reporter. And when I was in middle school, I dreamed of being a talk show host. My middle school teacher allowed me to do a fake talk show in front of the class, and I was the host. And that was funny. That was a funny experience. Shout out to him for that. Um, just look now, years later, I'm able to sort of use these past dreams with the podcast. So this is, like I said, full circle moment. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Also, when I was in college, I had a professor tell me my writing was bad. I took that as constructive criticism and sought a tutor to help me with my writing. One day, the professor talked to me after class and stated that she saw me getting help at the writing center. She smiled and saw that I was making an effort. My writing got better, and she would make little notes on my papers about how I improved. My writing isn't perfect. I do want to make that clear to y'all, but it is better. And I do enjoy writing. See how that happened? A weak writer ends up having a strong suit or a passion in writing. So, please, please let that sink in, y'all. Whatever you're going through, whatever you've been told you need to work on, you can do it. You can do it, okay? Her comment pushed me to be a better writer, and I turned that negative, and I'm not going to say it's a negative, it's constructive criticism. It made it into positive, and it's all good. um, the Sofa Talk podcast isn't a celebrity podcast. It's not a celebrity podcast. We have to reiterate that. However, we talk um, or take their real life situations and ask hypothetical questions to apply them to real life, like you and I and SeVen here, us regular people. Their situations are topics that could apply to us in real life. They're humans just like us, so keep that in mind also. Our topics are based on reality. This podcast is about educating. No, we are not teachers, but we can educate in other ways and not being narrow minded. Let's try to see the bigger picture. Always remember that. Even though you can't visually see us, we want you to hear the message that we are delivering to you. Too many times people lose focus because they're too busy looking at the person who is speaking or criticizing them on their appearance. They're missing out on the important messages. So because you're too busy focusing on the visual, you can't hear what's being said. You're missing out. The Sofa Talk podcast is about effective communication, and we cater to everybody, like we mentioned, with all backgrounds, and you have to be 18 years and older. All right, that is it with me. I'm sorry I went too long, y'all, but I had to let y'all know a little something, something.
All right, I'm your co-host 7, and I'll be bringing good vibes, good conversation, and hot topics to the podcast. I'd like to see this podcast go far. My co-host Aster and I have been doing this with each other for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we would like to bring hot topics,
Mm-hmm.
deep conversations, all
Mm-hmm.
types of conversations to the audience.
That's right.
Some information about myself. I'm 37 years old. I'm a father of four. I kind of turned in my nightlife into father life, and I'm just doing this thing called living. I enjoy a good time outdoors, indoors, and as long as the vibe is and the energy is right, I'm there. I'm a Sagittarius, so I'm down for whatever as long as the vibe and the energy is right.
Mm-hmm.
My motto, I'm just pretty much big on live, laugh, and love.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I really like to see this podcast go far. Um, I think Sofa Talk will bring awareness, laughter, good conversation, and inspiration to the viewers.
Yes, that's what we aim for. Like SeVen said, inspiring people, and also we want to change lives here. We want to change your life. So that's what we intend to bring for the podcast and us individually. And we have different personalities. You'll see more of that. Y'all got to tune into us. You're gonna see more. Y'all gonna see inside of me. Like I said, I can go from professional to non-professional or whatever. So, and SeVen is also very, very funny. He has a funny side to him. So, yeah, yeah, he has a funny side. But he speaks really well. He has words of wisdom. Like, it, y'all gonna be lucky to hear from him. Just mark my words on that when he speaks, and take everything he says into consideration. He's good. He's very, very good. You're welcome. So we wanted to give a special thanks to those of you who are following us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We got a shout out to TikTok. Y'all have been showing us so much support on there. So let me give you guys a round of applause. Thank y'all so much. Please subscribe, like, follow, share, comment, or leave a review wherever you're listening from. So again, thank you for listening to our debut. Please be on the lookout for our topic, Breaking the Stigma Around Mental Health, that is airing this Saturday, May 31st. We made it in time, y'all, before the mental Health Awareness Month ends. We got you on the last day of the month. So remember, when you think of Sofa Talk, this phrase is remember, the talk will have you talking on the sofa. Goodbye until next time.